O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahur quit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
You know, when your car's check engine light blinks on, you don't just stare at the dashboard and try to outthink it.
Right.
You don't try to reason with the engine.
Exactly. You accept there's a mechanical block somewhere under the hood.
Yeah. But when it comes to our own bodies and, our own burnout, we somehow just try to logic our way out of it.
Which rarely works.
It never works. So today, welcome to this custom-tailored deep dive where we are looking at research from energy medicine expert Ellen Meredith. We're going to help you decipher what your body is actually trying to say when you hit that wall of exhaustion.
Right. And we're diving into her frameworks on somatic symbolism and this really fascinating modality called shifting cycles.
And what I love about this is how the research completely reframes burnout.
It really does. The framework suggests that burnout isn't some cognitive failure or, a lack of willpower. It's actually a structural block in 4 very specific subtle energies.
Oh, right. So what are those 4 energies?
Well, first, there's the in and out energy. That acts as your personal boundary system, basically deciding what gets in and what stays out. Then you have the circulating energy.
And that one moves through the meridians, right? Like the invisible pathways used in acupuncture.
Yeah, exactly, to give you forward momentum.
Yeah.
Then there is crossover energy, which integrates your left and right brain hemispheres. It uses this figure-8 energetic pattern called the Celtic weave.
Oh, wow. The Celtic weave.
And the fourth one?
The 4th is spiraling energy. This one operates your chakras, so your body's major energy centers, to handle really deep emotional processing.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because to me, this sounds less like a car engine and honestly more like a computer's hardware system.
Oh, I like that analogy. How so?
Well, like the in and out is the firewall, right?
Yeah.
And circulating is the power supply. And then that crossover energy is like a processor syncing your left and right speakers.
Right. And if the connection is severed, the system physically cannot output a coherent signal. Exactly. But I do have to push back a little here. How does this invisible energy actually physically stop someone from doing their work?
That is the big question. To answer that, let's look at a case study from the research.
Yeah.
It's about a woman named Mary. So Mary had profound burnout.
Like, couldn't get out of bed burnout.
Basically.
Huh.
She absolutely hated going to her office, and every time she tried to work, her chest physically tightened. And according to Meredith's framework, Mary's body wasn't just complaining, it was mounting an active defense.
Wait, an active defense?
Yeah. The spiraling energy in her heart chakra deliberately constricted to protect her from an environment she despised. By doing that, it locked up the literal energetic currency she needed to do her job.
Wow. So the invisible block created very real physical and mental paralysis.
Oh, precisely.
Since Mary's block is physical, she obviously can't just journal her way out of it. She needs a physical diagnostic tool. And here's where it gets really interesting.
It does.
The source outlines this specific kinesthetic exercise called shifting cycles. And you, the listener, you're instructed to literally trace a large circle in the air in front of you. You map your problem to a clock face and the 4 phases of the moon.
Right. You project your abstract stress into a physical space. As you move your hands slowly around this invisible clock while holding the problem in your mind, you are actually feeling for a physical drag in the empty air.
Like pushing through water or something.
Exactly like that. This relies on the ideomotor response. Basically, your autonomic nervous system creates microcontractions in your arm when you hit the specific quadrant that corresponds to your blockage.
Oh, so where you feel that drag is your diagnosis. Let me see if I have this straight based on the notes. If you feel resistance at 6 o'clock, the new moon phase that represents a fear of rest or new beginnings, since it's the lowest tide.
Yep, you got it.
But what about 9 o'clock?
So drag at 9 o'clock represents the waxing phase, the building of energy. If your arm catches here, your body is struggling to generate momentum.
Which probably looks a lot like procrastination to the outside world, right?
Oh, absolutely. And then if you catch at 12 o'clock the full moon, that high tide energy indicates overwhelm and a fear of visibility.
And finally, at 3 o'clock, the waning phase, your body is struggling with the natural process of winding down and letting go. which I imagine often manifests as insomnia.
You hit the nail on the head.
So what does this all mean when you hit that roadblock? Like, if hitting a wall at 3 o'clock means I can't let things go, how do I physically signal to my system that it's safe to power down? How do we fix it?
Well, when you feel that resistance, the framework instructs you to pause and literally draw heart shapes in the air right at that spot.
Wait, literally draw a heart in the air.
Literal hearts in the air. And then you draw hearts on your physical body, specifically your head, your chest, and your gut.
That sounds a bit, purely sentimental, doesn't it?
It does sound like that, but the research argues it is deeply mechanical. Drawing a heart shape forces you to continuously cross your body's midline. This forcefully re-engages those stalled crossover patterns connecting the hemispheres of your brain.
Oh, the Celtic weave thing you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Plus, physically sweeping your hands over your major somatic processing centers signals the vagus nerve to exit the sympathetic fight-or-flight response.
So it's essentially a manual override. You are using physical movement to bypass mental rumination entirely.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you weren't trying to outthink your stress. You're manually restarting a stalled energetic gear.
That makes so much sense.
And the source pairs this with other physical energetic tools too, like EFT or tapping for discharging acute trauma, and cord-cutting rituals designed to sever toxic attachments to past events or environments.
Well, based on all this research, it really reframes how we view physical tension. As a listener, your tension is vital data. The source makes it clear that healing isn't just a brain exercise of thinking happy thoughts.
No, definitely not.
It suggests burnout is solved by restoring fluid movement to your personal ecosystem, which goes right back to that check engine light. The dashboard is just telling us to look under the hood.
It is. And this leaves us with a really provocative thought to explore on your own. If our bodies and our emotional blockages inherently mirror these gravitational tides and lunar cycles, what other cosmic rhythms might our hyperproductive modern routines be completely ignoring?
Oh, wow.
Right. And what is the ultimate energetic cost of that disconnection?